from the topic of trigonometry from additional mathematics course for IGCSE and O level students. In this session we will solve some trigonometric equations, and for the range of x for 0 to 360 degrees. So we'll plot this and we'll solve it. So let's start this question number 1. Here we have sin x is equal to 0.3, and we know that sin is positive in the first quadrant and second quadrant. So, and when we plot sin from 0 to 360 degree, we see the plot like this, and we know that at 0.3 this line is a 0.3, and we see that at 0.3 the sine inverse is 17.46. So at 17.46 sine value is 0.3, and similarly on the other side here 180 minus 17.46, that is 162.54. Here again the sine x is 0.3. So we have these two solutions. Similarly for the cos x, 0.2, and we know that cos x graph is like this. In the first quadrant and the fourth quadrant this value is positive. So for this value we have this 78.46, and on subtracting this much part from 360 degree we will have this second value of this cos at the fourth quadrant, that is 281.54. So now tangent x is equal to 2. Taking inverse of this, we know that the tangent is positive in the first and third quadrant. So the first quadrant the value is 63.4, and in the third quadrant that we will add 180 in this value, so we'll have this one. So at this point this tangent x is 2, and in the third quadrant here we see this is first quadrant, this is second, this is third, and this is fourth quadrant. So in the second and third quadrant, the first and third quadrant, the value of tangent is positive. And now sin x is equal to minus 0.6. So this is sine plot, and we see that sine is negative in the third and fourth quadrant. So we take this value of sine, which is 0.6. At 0.6 we can take the value, and on adding 180 degree we will reach here. So this is 260. Similarly, by taking this value and subtracting from this 360, and we will reach here, that is 323.1. So taking sine 0.6 positive value and subtracting it from 360, and we will be here. So now we will plot all a to d value. First of all, this sine 3.3, this is 0.3, and we have this 0.3 here, we have this value and this value. We have already evaluated. So similarly for 0.2 cos, here we see in the first quadrant or in the fourth quadrant. This value can be read from here. Similarly for tangent 2, it's intersecting here in the first quadrant and in the third quadrant. This sine x is equal to minus 0.6. Here is minus 0.6 in the third quadrant and the fourth quadrant. Here, this is third quadrant. This is in the fourth quadrant. Now tangent x is equal to minus 1.5 or 1.4 here in this value. So you can see in the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. So taking this. So if we take this value for the positive side and then we can subtract it from the 180, we will get this. Similarly for this one in the fourth quadrant. We just add 180 degree and we'll reach. Sin x is equal to minus 0.8. So at value this we can obtain the third and fourth quadrant. Similarly, the other questions. So these are the plots. So we can verify it with these plots. Although this is not required to draw in the examination, but this is important. Let's go to the question number question number 3. Solve each of these equations for 0 to 180 degree. Sin x is equal to 0.8, sin cos 2x is equal to minus 0.6, tangent 2x is equal to 2, others. So this is question number 3. Sin 2x is equal to 0.8. So 2x is sine inverse 0.8 is this value, and we have to draw it from 0 to 180 degree. And from 0 to 180 degree, this 0.8 inverse is in the first and second quadrant, and we have this 53.13 and 126.86. So we will divide it, and in this range, in this band, we have this x value. Divide by 2, and cos 2x is minus 0.6. So here at this value, so 2x is 126 and 233.13 is 2x, and divide by this 2, we have this. So this is within 180 degree. Similarly for this sin 2x. Now sin 2x is 0.8, and we have drawn it here, and here we see in this band. Similarly for cos 2x minus 0.6 is in this second and third quadrant. This is first quadrant, this is fourth quadrant, second and third quadrant. Similarly for this one. Since we are talking about the 2x, so here we have in a 180 degree the period is completed because of 2x. Because at x is equal to 180 degree, this becomes 360. Sin 2x is minus 0.6, so minus 0.6 here in this quadrant. Let's solve question number h. We have 2 minus 3 sin 2x is equal to 0, and this 2 can be shifted here, and this minus will be eliminated, and sin 2x is equal to 2 upon 3, and here we have 2 upon 3 inverse is in the first quadrant, and this value is here, and we divide this by 2, and we have this, and we can also plot it. So now question number 4, we have to solve it for this. This is part A. Cos x minus 30 degrees minus 0.5 for 0 to 360 degree. So x minus 30 degree cos inverse minus 0.5 is in the second and third quadrant. So second, third and quadrant is 120 degree and 240 degree, and from x minus 30 degree is equal to 120 240 degree. So 30 degree will shift, add to this, and we will get this x value is equal to 150 and 270. And we have drawn it in the graph as well. We'll show it later. Now B part, we have 6 sin 2x plus 45 degrees equal to minus 5, and we divide by 6. So now sin 2x, not taking inverse of sin inverse, and we know that this value lies in the third and fourth quadrant. So third quadrant and fourth quadrant. From here we have this 2x is equal to this value, and so x is equal to 95.7, 129.3. So this is from 0 to 180 range. Now this is cos x minus 0.5, and we see this is this cos. So this is cos x, simple cos x. Now this is cos x minus 30 degree is minus 0.5, and we can see that this is shifted to here. because of this minus 30. So this is 150 degree. At 150 degree, this is here. While at 120 degree, in this case, we have already solved it in the part A. Similarly, sine 2x is this value and sine 2x plus 45 degree is this. So just a difference, we can see that it changes, it shifts. So here we can see this value is here and here. We have already solved it, we just draw it to have a better understanding. In the C part from 0 to 540 degree. So we have solved it. Cos 2x upon 3, this is under root 3. We'll shift it on that side and divide by 2 and this. So for simple manipulation, we have obtained this 2x upon 3, this cos inverse. This is in the, since cos value is negative, in the second and third quadrant. So in the second and third quadrant, while we have range from 0 to 540 degree, so we'll get more values. So this is here is 360 degree, and afterward we will add 180 degree more. So this is 540 degree, so the graph will extend to 540 degree. So this is 150, 210, 510 and 570, and we will multiply with 3 and divide by 2. So we have this 225, 315 and 765. Since 765 is beyond this value, so we have this 225 and 315 as a solution. Similarly, for this D part, we have from 0 to 2 pi minus 0.5, and we know that this is in the second and third quadrant. So taking inverse of this, second quadrant is this 2 pi by 3 is 120 degree, and this is 240 degree. And from this we subtract this pi from both values. So we get this x in terms of pi by 2 and 7 pi by 6. So this is question number 4. And now plots of this cos 2x upon 3 minus square root under root 3 by 2. So we see this is here. Similarly, this is cos x is minus 0.5, and we have to plot this one, and we see that this is shifted on this side. So we see the solution here. Similarly, for this E part, for 0 to pi radians, and this is positive in the first and second quadrant, and this is in terms of degree, and we can also obtain in terms of radians from the calculator as well. So this is value, and from this we can add 3. We shift 3 to the other side, so add 3. So 2x is this one and x is this. Similarly, the other parts. So we have already plotted here these values. Now question number 5, we have to find this solution of this 4 sin x is equal to cos x, and from this we rearrange it, and sin x upon cos is 1 upon 4. So tangent x is equal to 1 upon 4, x is equal to tangent inverse 1 over 4. This is 14 degree and 194 degree answer. Second, 3 sin x plus 4 cos x is equal to 0. So 3x sin x is equal to minus 4 cos x. Sin x upon cos x minus 4 upon 3. And this is in the second and fourth quadrant. So second quadrant and on the fourth quadrant. On second quadrant, we just add it to the 180 degree with this value. We obtain this. Similarly, for the C part, 5 sin x minus 3 cos x is equal to 0. 5 sin x is equal to 3 cos x. So Sin x upon cos is this one, and we take the inverse, and 31 and 211 for the first and third quadrant. In a D part, 5 cos 2x minus this, and this is tangent 2x, 5.4, taking inverse, and this is in this band, and since this is 2x, so we'll go to double of this, so that we can, when we divide with this 2, we will have this 295. So this is very important, because of this 2x, we have just assumed it for 2x, for 0 to 2x, for 2x this becomes 720. So we'll go extend the range. That's why we have taken these two values extra, and on slashing it with dividing with this 2, we will have the band within 360 degree. The x value is this, and 2x should be double of this. So we have 2x, so we have obtained this. So question number 5, we have solved it here. In the next session we will solve question number 6.